Before we get into this, quick shout out to Conductor OSS. It is a fully local AI coding agent manager that works with Claude, Codex, Gemini, OpenCode, and every major coding agent out there. No cloud, no subscriptions. Everything runs on your machine. Check it out at conductoros.com. Now, let's get into it. Elon Musk just dropped a video that got nearly 14,000 likes and almost 3,000 reposts in just 2 days. The tweet was simple. Grok can help you come up with great prompts for images and videos. That is it. No long thread, no technical breakdown, just a short demo video showing the workflow. And people went crazy for it. Why? Because everyone who has used AI image generators knows the pain. You type a basic prompt, you get a mediocre result, and then you spend 20 minutes tweaking words trying to get something decent. What Elon showed in that 25-second video is a completely different approach. And honestly, it is one of those things that seems obvious in hindsight, but most people are not doing it yet. Let me walk you through exactly what happens in this demo video step by step. First, the user opens up what looks like a creative AI platform, possibly Luma AI. You can see featured templates in the background, things like a dancing raccoon character, a 3D avatar, a city scene. The interface has a clean input bar at the bottom that says type to imagine with image and video mode toggles. The user types a very basic prompt. Just 5 words. Anime shot inside a train. That is it. No style references, no lighting details, no composition notes. Just a simple description of what they want. The system starts generating, and you can see 2 placeholder cards with a loading animation while it processes. Next, the results come in. You get an anime-style image of a girl in a sailor uniform on a train during sunset. It is okay. It works. But it is basic. It looks like what anyone would get from a generic 5-word prompt. There is nothing special about it. The user right-clicks and saves the best one from the batch. Here is where it gets interesting. The user then opens Grok, xAI's chatbot, and asks it to create a better prompt for the same concept. And Grok does not just add a couple adjectives. It writes a full cinematic brief. Here is what it comes up with. Anime-style illustration of a young Japanese girl with short black bob hair wearing a dark blue sailor school uniform, sitting on a crowded commuter train during golden hour sunset. Warm orange light streaming through the windows. She is reading a book while a small calico cat peeks out of her brown leather backpack. Studio Ghibli-inspired aesthetic with soft, painterly textures and atmospheric depth of field. That is a completely different level of prompting. Grok even adds tips like try adding in the style of Makoto Shinkai for different lighting effects, or specify wide shot versus close-up to change the composition. The user takes this enhanced prompt, pastes it back into the image generator, and the results are dramatically better. 3 variations appear, each one richly detailed with warm golden light, the cat in the backpack, the crowded train car, everything specified in the Grok prompt. These are not just slightly better. They look like they came from a completely different tool. And the final shot shows the user picking the best one, ready to share or turn into a video. The whole workflow takes maybe 30 seconds of actual work. Here is the actual demo video from Elon's post. Watch how the workflow goes from a basic prompt to a professional quality result using Grok as the prompt engineer. So why does this approach work so well? Let me break down the difference between the 2 prompts. The original prompt was anime shot inside a train. 5 words, 0 direction. The AI has to guess everything else. What kind of anime? What time of day? What is the composition? What mood are you going for? What details matter? It fills in the blanks with whatever is most common in its training data, which means you get the most average, most generic version of that concept. Now look at the Grok enhanced prompt. It specifies the character down to hair length and color. It specifies the outfit, the uniform type. It gives the setting emotional weight with golden hour sunset. It adds a narrative detail with the cat in the backpack. It names the artistic style, Studio Ghibli. And it even describes the technical qualities like soft, painterly textures and atmospheric depth of field. That is not a prompt. That is a creative brief. And the difference in output quality is massive because you are not leaving anything to chance. You are telling the AI exactly what you want across every dimension that matters. The key insight here is that Grok is not just a chatbot. It is a creative director that happens to be really fast. It understands composition, lighting, artistic styles, color theory, and narrative detail. And it can synthesize all of that into a structured prompt in about 2 seconds. Most humans would take 10 minutes to write something that detailed, and it would probably still be less cohesive. This is the real unlock. Not better image models, but better prompts. And the easiest way to get better prompts is to have an AI write them for you. It is a feedback loop that compounds. The AI knows what other AIs respond to because it has seen millions of prompt result pairs in its training data. Now let's talk about the bigger picture here. What Elon demonstrated is not just a Grok feature. It is a fundamental shift in how people will interact with AI creative tools. Right now, the workflow for most people goes like this. You open Midjourney or DALL-E or whatever tool you prefer. You type a prompt. You get a result. You tweak some words. You generate again. You repeat this cycle 5 or 10 times until you get something acceptable. It is tedious and it wastes credits. What the Grok workflow does is collapse that entire iteration loop into a single step. You describe what you want in plain language to an AI chatbot. The chatbot translates your vague idea into a precision prompt. You paste that prompt into your image generator, and you get a great result on the first or second try. This pattern is going to become standard. We are already seeing it with ChatGPT's DALL-E integration, where you can describe what you want conversationally and the system handles the prompting. Google is doing similar things with Gemini and Imagen. The tools are converging around the idea that users should not need to learn prompt engineering as a skill. The AI should handle that layer. But here's the catch. Right now, Grok is free and widely available. These tools are in a land grab phase where everyone is trying to win users. That will not last forever. Eventually, the best prompt enhancement features will live behind paywalls, credit systems, or subscription tiers. That is just how this industry works. And that brings up an important point about where the creative AI space is heading. The image generation models themselves are becoming commoditized. There are now dozens of them that produce similar quality. The differentiator is becoming the interface, the workflow, and how easy it is to go from idea to finished output. Grok's approach of acting as a creative translator between human intent and machine execution is a preview of where this entire industry is going. So how can you actually use this workflow yourself? Here is a practical step-by-step guide. First, pick your image generation tool. This works with anything. Midjourney, DALL-E, Stable Diffusion, Flux, Ideogram, Leonardo, it does not matter. The prompt engineering layer is tool agnostic. Second, before you type anything into your image generator, open a chatbot. It does not have to be Grok. ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, any capable language model will work. Tell it what you want to create in plain conversational English. Something like, I want to create an image of a cyberpunk city street at night with neon signs and rain reflections. Then ask it to write you a detailed prompt for your specific image generator. Third, take that generated prompt and paste it into your tool. You will immediately notice the difference. The results will be more specific, more atmospheric, and closer to what you actually had in mind. Fourth, iterate conversationally with the chatbot. If the result is too dark, tell it. If you want more characters, say so. The chatbot will adjust the prompt while maintaining all the technical quality from the previous version. This workflow saves time, saves credits, and produces better results. It is genuinely one of the most practical applications of AI chatbots that most people are not using yet. And as Elon's post showed, sometimes the simplest workflows are the most powerful. If you are into building with AI tools, check out Conductor OSS. It is a fully local coding agent manager that lets you run Claude, Codex, Gemini, OpenCode, and other coding agents all from one setup. Nothing leaves your machine. Start the repo at github.com/tyrannik06/conductor-oss and visit conductoros.com to get started. If this video was helpful, drop a like and subscribe for more AI breakdowns every week. See you in the next one.